Right, welcome back, guys. After a long hiatus, we're returning to do some more Radiohead. In Rainbows is the album of today, so we're going to get into it without further ado. Song number 1, 15 Step.
Cut the string.
What did you think about that one?
I thought it was a pretty cool song. I like the drum machine and the bass guitar kind of stood out to me as well.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting at first. It sounded really industrial.
Yeah.
With just the drums, but then it sort of took a little twist when the guitar came in. It felt a bit more the drums weren't the main centre of attention at all. It was more sort of it's a nice fill out.
Yeah.
So it went a different route than I expected, based off the beginning.
Yeah, it definitely sounds different from what we've heard of them.
Definitely. Yeah, by the way, we both haven't heard this one, so you're in for a treat. Yeah, what did you think about the lyrics?
To be honest, I wasn't really hyper focused on the lyrics on this one. Really, I didn't really get too much. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I didn't get much from the verses really, but the chorus was obviously the same chorus each time. I guess the title sort of plays into it. Sort of just, feel like everything's going all almost perfectly, and then it just all falls apart, and then it's almost like he's saying that this is just the cycle of his life. It's like by the time everything's going all perfect again, he kind of forgot how it went all wrong last time, and then it ends up going all wrong again. That's kind of what I get from it. And he's like, I won't take my eyes off the ball again, but then he probably does, because it's like he's had 15 steps that were right, so he's kind of forgotten what the wrong step was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But I mean, that's a very vague explanation, obviously, so that could be applied to a lot of different things. It might be a lot more specific than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if anyone has any context, let us know. But yeah, it was an interesting start to the album.
Definitely.
Experimental. And it's all just introduced things, just step by step, like the title. Like the bass just came in after the guitar came in, etc. It was all just little things just added. And the song just grew wider.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice. Yeah. Let's get on to track number 2. Body Snatchers.
I do not understand what it is. I don't know. For the holes, check for holes. Blink your eyes, won't forget.
thoughts on Body Snatchers?
I thought it was a really cool song. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, no, at times, like at the beginning, it felt almost like too hectic and too cluttered, but then when it opened up, I enjoyed it a lot more, like the second half of it. And the outro was very nice.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can understand that was sort of the aim, to make it very distorted.
Yeah, I think it's sort of one of those
But
ones.
it's definitely not a comforting sound. You know?
No, I think they deliberately want to make you uncomfortable in this song, because when you like look at the lyrics as well, there's a lot of things about like, you know, like murder and like
Yeah, definitely.
putting on people's skin and, you know, removing backbone and all that.
Yeah.
I think that mostly it's all metaphorical about the music industry,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think. But yeah, so I think they are deliberately trying to make you a bit uncomfortable and not like trying to make you think, oh, this is a jam or whatever. But I mean, it is.
It
but
did become more of a jam as it went on.
Yeah.
Definitely. Maybe that's symbolic as well. Who knows? I mean, not much else from me to say, to be honest. Obviously, Body Snatchers title links to some of the lyrics, but yeah, I agree, probably metaphorically,
Yeah.
you'd assume. Unless we were listening to drill rap, then I'm sure it'd just be straight up lyrics, just meaning exactly what they've done. But this is not drill rap, so yeah, I think it's quite natural to assume the opposite, to be honest. Let's go into track number 3, Nude. Everyone get naked for this one.
If only YouTube would allow it.
Yeah, let's be careful.
Don't get any big ideas. They're not gonna happen. You paint yourself white and feel annoyed. There'll be something missing. You go to hell for your dirty mind is thinking.
Thoughts on that track?
I thought that was a really beautiful song, to be honest. I thought it gave me big Frank Ocean vibes,
Yeah, I can see that.
for one thing. I think it was another Radiohead song where Frank Ocean used it before, didn't he?
What, just used a Radiohead song in general, you mean?
Yeah, it was like a sample or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that I brought up last video,
yeah, so I wonder if there is like some inspiration there from like this album. But yeah, like the really soft sort of like hi-hats.
Yeah, I like the drums in this.
Yeah, the drums, and then
The intro was really interesting because
Yeah.
I've kind of forgotten about it by now, but it was like a bit sort of, there's lots of like reverse,
yeah,
even the drums, some of the reverse, like a lot of reverse vocals and stuff.
yeah,
But then it all sort of just went Nude, like the title, just stripped back, and it's basically just his voice and the drums for like the first like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, I think the reverse bits kind of played into the rest of the song, where it's like kind of like the contrast of that really like chill, like really soft, gentle instrumentals with the quite sort of depressing lyrics, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I wouldn't mind listening to just that instrumental, like if I was just chilling on the beach or something.
Yeah.
But then like with the instrumental, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, with the vocals,
Yeah,
I mean,
lyrics,
yeah.
No,
like
100%.
He's like such a talented like vocalist, where like his singing is just so unique.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, it's just sort of like, I don't know, it's kind of like angelic, but then also like quite like ghostly. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's sort of a bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to say that, if I'm not cop out. Obviously, like I like the effects on the vocals as well, just a lot of reverb. I feel like that was almost necessary because of how stripped back it was, because otherwise it might just sound a bit odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it filled it out a lot, and that made it even more angelic sounding. But then yeah, obviously his like shaky sort of voice, like where he almost sounds like he's anxious. That's what makes it ghostly.
Yeah.
And that's sort of just the personality of the song, which matches with the lyrics. So yeah. I think I can agree that the instrumental is similar to like Frank Ocean songs, but I think if Frank Ocean sang over it, it'd probably just sound too pleasant to even see that the lyrics could possibly be bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't even convey the fact that the lyrics are quite dark.
Yeah, he do.
Because his voice is just too nice.
He would definitely take it in a different direction, but just
Yeah.
the instrumentals, I don't know, it just really reminded me of, like, the drums were like sort of Channel Orange.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
But then, like, the instrumental was a bit blonde. So it's kind of like...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure since he's literally referenced Radiohead before, I'm sure he did take quite a lot of inspiration from him.
Yeah.
Probably was like one of his favourite artists. Probably on Wikipedia somewhere, probably says probably something like that. So
yeah.
Someone let us know if you can be bothered to research for us.
Yeah.
We will employ you on zero wage.
Yeah, we'll give you plenty of exposure to our nearly 1,500 subscribers.
It's over 1,000 actually.
Oh,
it's nearly 0.6 of 1,000 now.
Sorry, don't mean to flex on you. But...
yeah. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I was chatting on before. Weird Fishes / Arpeggi or Arpeggi.
Arpeggi. It's like a B&Q advert.
Yeah. weird fishes.
I thought it was pretty cool, yeah. I mean, I was a bit mean about the drums, but like they did remind me of like something to see, like, come check out the new B&Q summer sale, get all your paint and deck chairs.
Check out this fresh barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get you. But I think it works really well, actually, to be fair. With,
Yeah.
like, the pacing of the song. It sort of, like, kept you just moving forward, and let them just breathe between the lines, you know. And I feel like Frank Ocean has, as you said, like, taken inspiration from even these sorts of songs. Like, there's songs on, like, Blonde, I think. I can't remember which one. One of the ones near the middle of the album, which, like, sort of has drums like this. Moves at the same sort of pace. But, like, everything around the drums is actually quite nice and just melodic and, yeah, chill. It's a nice sort of dynamic.
No, it is a cool sort of contrast type thing.
Yeah. Did you get anything from the lyrics? Did you get what weird fishes maybe? What he is in the situation? I was sort of trying to pick it out, but it was quite difficult.
I was picking up on a sort of like a nautical theme of this one. There's a lot to do with fish and
there was, yeah.
ocean and sea.
He said he's getting eaten by worms and weird fishes, so who is he? That's the question.
He's some kind of
algae.
Davy Jones type character.
Eaten by worms.
Yeah.
No, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a lot of meaning behind it.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether it be stemming from a psychedelic trip or just from a weird dream he had. Or whether it's some far-fetched metaphor that we're never going to understand.
Maybe he just got back from the beach.
That's the thing, the music sounded like the beach, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
And it's weird because we got adverts on our Genius about holidays, so it's like, they're listening.
Yeah. So we need a NordVPN to protect us.
Yeah.
Sponsor us as well.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. But yeah, no, I thought it was a really good song. I did.
Yeah, I liked it. Probably not as much as the one before, but I couldn't help but notice that this one has more streams. Like, this is like the most streamed one.
Yeah, and I think it's more like when I think about like the mood I'd have to be in for the previous song versus this one. I feel like this one's a little bit more, what's the word, versatile.
Yeah.
Like, because of the tempo, because there's actually drums driving it forward. You could probably listen to this driving, listen to this at the beach, as we said, or just listen to it while you're doing work. Whereas the other one was just like quite blatantly emotional.
Yeah, so quite specific.
That's normally where streams lie for me, to be honest. Like, I always see a connection between just the song being able to be played a lot and therefore being played a lot. It kind of makes sense.
True.
And also, it has to be good as well. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it tends to be those ones that actually get the most streams.
Yeah, no.
But they're not necessarily everyone's favourites.
No,
they're normally not my favourites either, to be honest. But
good point. Good point.
yeah. Cheers. Anyway, let's move on before we start talking about weird fishes too much, because we actually have no clue what they are in this case, so let us know.
There are some weird fish down there too, Phil.
Yeah, probably ones we've never seen and we never will see.
No,
really,
and I don't really want to see them either,
no,
to be honest.
yeah, they're quite scary, some of them.
Are horrible. Like that one.
Think about the ones that haven't been discovered yet as well.
Like that one.
They've probably adapted to some very strange forms.
Yeah, like, you know, the one from Nemo where it's got like the light.
Yeah.
That's Megan.
Alright, track number 5. All I Need. thoughts on him coming out as a moth?
Pretty cool song. Shout out to all the moths. I too like heading toward fluorescent lights for unknown reasons.
Apart from when I'm very tired and I'm in the middle of the night.
Yeah, then
and I just wake up and
turn that shit off
Yeah.
on guard. Nah, I thought it was cool. I like the outro. I think I'm a bit of a sucker for a good cymbal. I've realised this about myself. I like a song with some good cymbal action on it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Some good crashes and snares and such. That's not a cymbal, is it?
No, snare's just the main
Snares are just a
main
drum.
drum pretty much.
Yeah, I used to play the drums. I should know this.
Yeah, you definitely should if you used to play the drums. Come on, mate.
I know the crash and the hi-hat. I've forgotten the other one though.
Quite a few. There's all the toms. Shout out to all the toms.
Toms, those aren't cymbals. Those
No,
are
I'm
drums.
just saying the drums. I'm not talking about all the cymbals.
Oh, I was talking about cymbals.
And they're like it's like,
There's the big one, the kick, the pedal.
isn't there like a cymbal called like the rider or something?
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be it. Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't want to sound stupid, but I think that's it.
I think that's it. Well, either we both sound stupid or neither of us do. Anyway, enough about drum kits. What did you think of the song?
It was one of them ones where again it's like not supposed to be easy to feel, pleasant while listening to it. It's not comfortable, but I can also appreciate the experimentation going. But it's definitely like a first listen satisfaction that some of the others have given to.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely not in my top 2, but not bad either. Equally, the album needs those moments though to make the other moments more, pleasant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. It's a very different thing. Just saying it's not, not comforting. But did you get anything from the meaning?
It's kind of, this is one of those sort of creepy love songs
Yeah.
where I think it kind of falls into a bit like, I don't know, sort of for any peep show viewers, a bit like Mark, where he's just like, I don't know, it's just like comes from a good place, but they just are a bit creepy, and you can feel like the low self-esteem in this, where it's sort of like, they're sort of watching someone from afar and thinking, oh, I love this person, but they don't really know them, and they just won't approach, and they just kind of feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, like I'm an animal trapped in your hot car, I'm a moth, I'm an insect, all these kind of things. Like, he's lying in the bushes, like he's lying in the reeds.
What are you doing, mate?
Yeah, so it's kind of that sort of like creepy love where they kind of realise they're being a bit creepy, but they're kind of overwhelmed by the love, and they just kind of keep doing it, and they can't really help themselves. Is the thing that I got from this. And like,
quite a comical outlook.
Yeah, without being mean, like you can kind of see Tom York being a bit like that, to be honest.
No, I can see that, to be fair. I guess like I had a more optimistic view personally, but when you said that, I can't stray away from it, to be fair. I can't agree. Quite funny, but yeah.
It's almost like you put the person on like a pedestal, like above yourself.
Yeah,
and it's like, this isn't like
not the way, is it?
You kind of just get a bit weird about it.
Yeah, it's basically like a desperate virgin, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
not saying he's actually a virgin. I'm just saying like that is pretty much a trait that every desperate virgin holds.
Yeah.
So it's an easy way to say it. But yeah, I just took from it the more deeper, more like widely applicable thing where it's just like, maybe deep down, love isn't as real as people think, and we just all need someone to just attach to get away from other things, which is also pessimistic, but more societally, not personally about Tom.
Yeah.
But equally, I prefer your views to this. Quite funny.
Yeah, I just want to see this more example. Yeah, I've, like line in the reeds. Yeah, and he even says it's all wrong. Like, I didn't really hear the words in the outro, but reading.
Yeah, that's the thing with Genius. Like, we use it every time, but sometimes you can tell when you're not really supposed to really hear what he's saying, because you can't actually hear it through you can't audibly hear it.
Yeah, it's forbidden information.
So we don't need to discuss those elements.
Some things man was not meant to know.
Yeah. better unsaid. Maybe it's for his own protection.
Yeah.
But Genius just came along and they ruined his artistic protection.
Yeah. They've bastardised his work.
Alright. On to track number 6. I don't know how to fucking say this, I'm not gonna lie. Faust Arp.
Could be Faust.
Faust Arp.
Like Faustian bargains.
Someone let us know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. It's on again, off again, on again. And watch me fall like dominoes in pretty patterns. Fingers in the back, but pie. I'm tingling, tingling, tingling. It's what you feel now, what you ought to. Reasonable, sensible. There from the neck up. I guess I'm stuck. We thought you had it, but no, for no real reason.
What did you think of that one?
Kind of bit of a different direction, really, musically. It's kind of taken a turn without even realising, because obviously in the first song we were talking about like the industrial sort of drum machine.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
this
true.
one we've got like the very like orchestral, like acoustic strings.
Yeah.
So it's kind of changed up on us.
Yeah, I feel like with like the guitar picking, that's like a common like Radiohead thing. Just like the sound, like dun, 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 dun. Like even like other albums, like in OK Computer.
Yeah.
So like that sort of keeps it together, but yeah, everything around it, like just the cellos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Orchestral stuff going on.
I do enjoy a string instrument. I thought they were very nice, very soft.
They're very pleasant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about like. Obviously, I can tell it's sort of meant to be almost an interlude. I mean, it's only 2 minutes long. It's not supposed to like.
Yeah, it was very short. I didn't notice that. Everything else has sort of been like 4 minutes,
Exactly,
but this one's been like 2.
So I'm not gonna like put too much on it, but yeah, I didn't enjoy the vocals crazy. You know.
Yeah.
As the other ones. Don't know about you.
No, it wasn't like sort of like a standout vocal performance.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Like, I'm not gonna categorize it as that. Yeah, equally because it's not that. I didn't. Yeah, enjoy it in that sort of way. It's not like a song that I'd play, you know, as a standalone, like on a playlist. I wouldn't put it on a playlist.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm trying to get across. But yeah, lyrically it was interesting stuff. It's all sort of like he's talking to himself. Like it's his own thoughts, really, directly.
Yeah.
But dead from the neck up is quite a thing to say.
Yeah.
Maybe it can't be his own thoughts because he can't even think. He's dead from the neck up. So. Yeah. Tough to know exactly what he means. I love you, but enough's enough. Enough of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to know what he means when all he's saying is stuff. I mean, that could mean anything.
Yeah. I'm thinking it could actually be about a Faustian bargain, which is like, it's like a story about a bloke that made like a deal with the devil where he sold his soul in exchange for something. And maybe in this instance he's feeling like he's sold his soul for love, and he's kind of regretting it. You know, he's loving this person, but enough is enough.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not what he expected. And yeah, dead from the neck up, that could be to do with the soul trading kind of thing.
That makes sense.
But I didn't really...
Depends where you think your soul lies. I reckon it's in the belly.
Yeah. Get in my belly. No, I might just be trying to jam a square peg into a circular hole here because of the word Faust, and it's a cool thing, isn't it? The Faustian.
No, but I can see what you're
bargain.
saying.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, if anyone actually thinks they know his own thoughts, Not joking.
Yeah.
If anyone has any extra
If
information,
anyone is friends with Tom York and has picked his brain about this one,
yes,
just absolutely smash that comment button and your keyboard.
maybe don't do that.
No, don't break things. But
Let's be fair, we're not liable for your actions, so
No.
you can do it if you want.
you're your own person with free will.
Indeed.
Smash or don't smash your keyboard. I don't care.
Smash or pass.
Smash or pass.
On to track number 7, Wrecker.
What do you reckon about this one then, mate?
You know what? Like, I mean, like.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's all the industrial stuff. Pots and pans. The rice.
like stop.
Because we separate like ripples on a blank
What do you reckon about Wrecker?
I reckon that guitar riff was weirdly familiar to me. I don't know why. But I thought the drums were a standout again. Like they've really sort of throughout the album stood out to me in a way that they haven't before on a Radiohead album. So that's one interesting thing. But kind of this one, not as impressive as some of the rest of the songs. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. I liked the bit where it was just his vocals, to be honest, like with all the harmonies, just the bridge part. That sort of made me appreciate it more. Because then when the drums came back in, it was like, it sounded a bit filler. But at the beginning, I just thought it sounded a bit more empty, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know what he means by the lyrics. Like, there's a lot of things he could mean by them, but I don't want to just make one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, for sure. I feel like with the vocals as well, like, it was different as well. It was very sort of just slow, and obviously very few lines for a long song. It's just sort of a line at a time. A lot of them are similar as well, lyrically, so yeah. Sort of like reminded me of like Lana Del Rey for some reason, some parts of it.
I've not really heard too many of her tunes, to be honest.
She's actually very good, I think. You should check her out.
Will do.
Probably out of my favourite female artists, probably out there. 'Cause I've
She the
got
one that
loads.
does Summertime Sadness.
Yeah.
I got that summertime.
But she's got better songs than that, definitely.
Alright.
Alright, let's move on to track number 8, House of Cards.
I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be your lover. No matter how it ends, no matter how it starts, 'cause your heart's blown goodnight. Forget about your house of cards and I'll do mine. Forget about your house of cards and I'll do mine. Off the table, guess where
Thoughts on the House of Cards?
I thought it was cool. I kind of got a bit lost in that one.
Yeah, no, me too. I sort of got lost and then I sort of came back to it. And I was like, wait, I sort of had a thought to myself. I was like, am I getting lost because I'm just really bored? Like, is this just really boring? Is it just not keeping me, like, in the, in the fold? But then, like, after I thought about it, I was just like, no, it just sounds really pleasant.
Yeah.
It's just one of them ones,
I was like,
got away with it.
Yeah. Where I was like, I kind of zoned out, but then I was like, oh shit, I actually should be appreciating this a bit more. This is really like soft and nice. Like, I wouldn't mind sleeping on a bed made out of this tune. Like,
100%. Very reflective music. Yeah. Didn't get much.
No, I don't really have
from it. I mean, it sort of links to the sort of like your explanation for his feelings in another song. I can't remember. Was it All I Need?
What, the sort of creepy love kind of.
Yeah, maybe not. You'd have to put creepy in front of it, but yeah, just sort of. I don't want to be your friend. I just want to be your lover, no matter how it ends, no matter how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the friend zone. He just wants to get out of the friend zone. But maybe he just wants to get out of the friend zone so bad that maybe it is creepy. To be fair, I think girls get creeped out very easily. So you might be right. But I didn't really further than that. I just got lost. So.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about that one apart from just listen to it and enjoy it. Really.
Yeah, pleasant. Alright, well, I mean, hopefully we'll get some more explanations for everything he's been saying in the next song. Jigsaw falling into place. Hopefully everything will make sense.
write my number down just as the drinks arrive, just as they play your favorite song as your battery disappears. No one to wind up like a spring before you had too much. Come back and focus again. The walls have been in shade. They got a Cheshire cat grin, all blurring into one. This place is on a mission before the night out, before the animal noises closer get cameras, before you come at all. Jigsaw falling in a place, so there is none to explain. You eye each other as you pass. She looks back, you look back. Not just once, not just twice. Wish you were a nightmare. Wish you were a nightmare. You got it on, you can feel it on your back, and you can feel it on your back. Jigsaw falling into place.
Thoughts on that one?
I thought it was cool. He kind of came with a different sort of vocal style, at least in that first verse, that made it stand out to me. And I think lyrically this one stood out a lot as well, sort of what he was saying, that I found interesting. That sort of like words of blunt instrument, like words of shotguns. Like, I thought that was cool. Because it kind of seemed like he was sort of saying that he was struggling to sort of express himself. And I think that's something that I could relate to, just sort of struggling to use words to get your point across sometimes, you know.
Definitely.
And it seems like also maybe that he's got a bit of a like feeling of imposter syndrome, which I know a lot of like celebrities can come across with that. Like, I never really got there, I just pretended that I had, you know. Maybe he doesn't really feel like he's like a musician or a rock star. Maybe he feels like he's just sort of pretending.
Yeah.
Which is something that like a lot of different artists say they felt. So I thought it was cool to see him sort of talk about that. I don't know.
Yeah. You said it. No, also instrumentally it's quite different. It's sort of just steady the whole way. There wasn't really any change or any phase where, yeah, there's no transition or anything. It was just
Yeah.
pretty much the whole way.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was nice chords, nice melodies, quite blended in sort of feel. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that sort of...
Which is Jigsaw falling into place.
Yeah. Another thing that stood out as well, I don't know if he meant it like this, but obviously we spoke about on the last song how like we weren't like fully all the way in. We were kind of just using the music as sort of like a background to like relax.
Yeah.
I think on this one he says, before you run away from me, before you're lost between the notes. So maybe he's like aware that their music could have that effect.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
he
the
said-
beat just goes round and round, the beat goes round and round.
Yeah, so maybe he's kind of...
Which is sort of how this song was, really.
Yeah,
But that can be very effective, but it also can do exactly that.
yeah. So yeah, maybe he's aware that, you know, he needs to sort of grab people while he's still, like, they're still fully paying attention to him and get his point across. I don't know if that's what he actually meant by that, but I just thought it was interesting that we were both sort of lost between the notes in the last song.
And then he actually mentions it. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, definitely. There's got to be some sort of intention there, I think. Safer to assume so. I feel like coincidences like that, I think you're naive if you believe in them.
Damn.
Alright, on to track number 10. Videotape.
when I'm at the pearly gates, this'll be on my videotape, my videotape. Mephistopheles is just beneath, and he's reaching up to grab me. This is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, green, and red, blue, green. And you are my center when I spin away out of control on videotape, on videotape, on videotape, on videotape,
Alright, well, thoughts on Videotape?
Obviously quite unique compared to the rest of the album. Sort of the piano,
Yeah, definitely.
sort of talking about after he's dead. Really seemed that way,
Yeah, definitely.
and I don't know what he means about it sort of being on videotape. But obviously, there's a lot of emphasis on that. I don't know why that is really. I don't know if he's planning to record himself topping himself or something. But yeah, I don't know. Just a videotape thing.
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't know
really
if it's recording himself literally killing himself. I think it's
Yeah.
more just recording himself saying goodbye
Yeah,
and then, you know, leaving a nice image of himself. So, pessimistic, I guess, but also, I guess, just could be just from the view of just trying to almost like preserve his value and how people see him.
yeah,
So yeah, it could be taken in the dark, deep ways or not. I don't know.
yeah. This is probably another one of those songs where it's like the same. Where I said it in Nirvana, listening to some of that, it's like, surely if you're like listening to him sing that afterwards, you're like, damn bro, are you good? Like, do you need to chat? Do you need to talk about something? Because yeah, quite depressing, really, quite sad.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting one because I feel like these are the sorts of things we only actually say after, like, dare I say it, after people actually do die.
Yeah,
But all the other times when that person never does kill himself, we're just like, well, that's just their art and their way of portraying what every human really does think at some point, really. So yeah, it's easy to say, but yeah, it's always after they actually do die that we tend to say it. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
obviously he's still alive, but
Yeah, but I mean, in the case of
yeah,
Nirvana, so it's hard to draw the same comparison when he is still alive. Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. And it's always, well, obviously easier to think of the lyrics as dark as possible when the person literally did end up killing themselves versus when they haven't. So, yeah. But no, it was a nice instrumental. Very reflective again. I sort of found myself lost in my own thoughts again.
yeah.
Because there's just a lot of just the piano and the drums, just on and on and on. But yeah, it was nice. Do you want to talk about the album?
Yeah, I thought it was really good, to be honest. I really like that one. I could probably go out and say that if I listen to this more, I could see it maybe even like becoming my favourite. Not yet, because it's not put the hours in, it's not put the work
Yeah,
in.
no.
But I thought it was very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was definitely impressed. And I sort of, like, just because of the theme of the album, just even from just the cover art and just the fact it's rainbows, like, just the colour. I kind of expected it to be nice and sort of melodic and colourful, which it was.
Yeah.
And I'm always a fan of that.
Mm.
But it was very different in terms of, like, any sort of hit songs or, like, big songs. There weren't really anything. Yeah, there wasn't anything that lived up to that sort of extent, but equally, I don't require that.
Yeah, I still think OK Computer might be better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. OK Computer, like, as I've listened to more and more, it's just like, Jesus, this is actually just a brilliant bloody album. Yeah. And, like, dare I say it, obviously, I'm not actually going to officially mark down my rating for Kid A, but I do think now when I look back and I rated it the same as OK Computer, I think that was a bit overdone, because, not gonna lie, OK Computer just is still a level above.
Yeah, I can't remember what did I do.
I gave it a 9. I think you probably gave it an 8.
Yeah.
I think I was just like sort of coming off of it like, oh, that was really experimental. That was just so cool that it just has to be a 9. But I think I need to stop myself from just doing that, because it's like there is only up to 10 and nothing's perfect. So I mean, 9 has to be very bloody good. So
Yeah.
I think all of my like ratings, because I started rating things too highly on the channel, might be a bit inflated. But it's like once you start, it's hard to go back really. Because then if I give someone a 5 and I'm like claiming that it's because I'm just trying to be more realistic about my ratings, trying to keep the scale more measurable, people just think, well, you rated this thing a 7, so you must be saying this shit. So
yeah,
it's quite hard to go back on it.
The thing is what skews it is like you might think like, oh, we've not really given out anything like crazy below a 5, but like we're not listening to bad music really.
That's also the thing as well. So yeah,
it's like
I'll just probably keep going around. But yeah, I think that one album
people might
probably an 8 or 9.
Like if you did put it on a scale, obviously we are like heavily weighted towards like the 7s, 8s, and 9s, but that's because we're trying to listen to like good music. Like if we listen to every album that came out, then obviously you want it to be more like skewed toward the 5.
Yeah,
but because we're not,
I mean, it wouldn't even be skewed; it just sit around the 5.
Yeah. We're not gonna listen to like the latest like Machine Gun Kelly album and give that a 1. So
exactly, we're not Anthony Fantano.
Yeah,
we're just trying to. Our incentive is just to expand our own music taste and just our own appreciation. So we tend to only go for the things we know other people have said are good. We'll listen to good music that we're rating highly. So yeah, onto the rating. What would you give it, do you reckon?
I'll probably give this an 8 to start with. But if I listen to it more, because the first time that I listened to OK Computer, I probably wouldn't have given that a 9. So I think I gotta let it like grow on me a bit, because I think Radiohead tends to do that. Yeah, no, definitely. Because it's like it's got depth to it. So
100%. Yeah.
I think there's some music, probably the more you listen to it, the less you kind of like it, and other music, it's like the more you listen to it, the more you can get from it.
Yeah, I feel like music where everything's laid out on the table and you can sort of just see the whole vision straight away. That's the music that tends to just get worse, because it's like, well, I'm just literally bored of it. Like, there's nothing new I'm getting.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's all a bit mysterious lyrically and instrumentally, that's when it has a long shelf life. So I'll probably give this an 8 as well, but I will also unofficially revise my Kid A review to an 8 as well, because I don't think OK Computer just is definitely better.
Definitely.
So, but that's unofficial, because officially when you go and watch the video, I do say it's a 9, and I'm not going to actually edit the video. So.
But maybe we'll do a Radiohead tier list at some point.
Yeah, and then that'll be made more clear. If you guys want that, let us know. And obviously, I know there's a lot of you saying just do all the Radiohead albums, just from the beginning all the way to the end. And it's like, it's a good idea for our own, expansion of our music taste and just getting into Radiohead. But it's like, we sort of fell into a trap of doing long journeys of like one artist, like for example, the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
And we want to sort of diversify the channel a little bit, so we've got a few more things going at once.
Yeah, maybe
so that's sort of where we're thinking maybe do the most popular couple or 3 albums from artists instead to start with, and then maybe later down the line we can go into like...
Yeah, maybe we could do it like every 3 or 4 videos rather, because when we were doing like Arctic Monkeys and like the Strays, it was like every other video. Yeah,
but that's also because we were doing every album.
Yeah, so maybe we could do it like every sort of like more sporadically, and then sort of further down the line. It will take longer obviously, but get through it all.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's going to be hard to do that anyway because we're really not on a very good upload schedule right now, as you've probably seen.
Yeah. Life.
We'll try
stuff.
and do a little bit better, but I can't guarantee every week, realistically.
Yeah.
We've got exams coming up again, more important than last time because end of year. And yeah, just not fun.
True that.
But yeah, this is a hobby for us, so it's not a business. We're not earning any money from it, so unfortunately, got to prioritise the grades a little bit. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed our honesty, and let us know what you think about it. Drop a thumbs up or thumbs down, depending. Hit the subscribe button, not depending.
Do it.
We'll see you next time.